The next time one of your liberal friends stands up for illegals and their poor treatment when crossing the border, make sure you tell them the facts. While the mainstream media like to report that illegal immigrants crossing the border are fired upon for only throwing rocks, they, of course, aren't telling the full story. In reality, the rocks illegals throw are huge, more than enough to put a Border Patrol officer's life at risk. If you don't think this is a lethal weapon, you obviously haven't read the Bible very much, said Sheriff Clay Higgins, speaking to his cameraman just 50 yards away from the American-Mexican border. Border Patrol agents, while having lethal-sized rocks hurled at them, return fire with pepper spray-laced paintballs. They are in no way firing lethal weapons at these criminals, even though, according to Sheriff Higgins, they more than deserve it. Over the years, Border Patrol agents have adapted. They've tricked out their cars to resemble vehicles straight out of a Mad Max movie, all in order to protect themselves. You don't buy this at a cop store. Agents had to figure this out and design it and weld it themselves, said the sheriff. Sheriff Higgins laments openly about the restrictions put on Border Patrol agents and how they're severely overwhelmed by what they're up against. By not being able to use lethal weapons, even when faced with deadly foes, they risk their lives daily. The mainstream media are putting border security jobs in jeopardy. By lying to the public about exactly what our Border Patrol agents do, they've become undermanned and underfunded. Well, we the people support the sheriff and our brave Border Patrol officers. We know they're doing the absolute best they can to protect us from the worst civilization has to offer. As Donald Trump famously said, they are not sending their best. They're sending criminal rock hurlers who have no problem killing patriotic American citizens to gain unlawful access to our country. And who knows what crimes they'll continue to commit once they've actually crossed over. The time for coddling illegal activity has come to an end. President Trump has shown great support for our Border Patrol officers, and we need to do the same. The next time some weepy-eyed liberal talks to you about illegals throwing pebbles and getting hit with return fire, you can tell them to shove it. Sheriff Higgins has revealed the truth to we the people, and we're not going to let it go unseen any longer.
The Mexican border is about 50 yards to my right here. Look at the terrain behind me, it's full of rocks. The next time you see a liberal reporter complaining about Border Patrol returning fire on some poor illegal immigrant throwing little pebbles at them, you understand? That's not what they're throwing. They're throwing this, all right? So if you don't think this is a lethal weapon, you obviously haven't read the Bible very much. Look at this vehicle right here. Look how these men have to equip their vehicle. Look at this. They had to design this and build this. You don't buy this at a cop store. Agents had to figure this out and design it and weld it themselves. Look at this vehicle. This is how these men got to ride around in this territory. And how did they respond in reality, in the really real world? Look, these are less than lethal weapons right here. Right? They essentially fire paintballs with pepper spray in them, with a little pepper powder. Now, if I'm a border agent and somebody's throwing this at me, and I'm in danger of losing my life with this, I'm returning fire with a Glock. You can think what you want about that. Thank you very much.